Okay, it turns out my little multi-pin in here, the little connector it goes to, you push it out, slide that in, and then it clicks back. One of my TV will just remain loose in there forever. I guess I should have taken videos a while ago. The memory card was in my Macintosh. I've replaced all 6 LEDs here in blue, and all these on each side, 10 of them. And there's a little LED right there. I don't know what what it does. I checked it with a diode meter. It was red. I swapped it to blue, and I couldn't get it to light up, so I put a red one back in. Alright, here's our fuel gauge. Just kind of remembering where that needle is before I take it off. And usually the gauge holds the little, or the cluster holds the little needles. I guess I can put it in a vise real gently to remove the needle. I don't know. But here we go, starting on these 2 smaller gauges. Okay, here's our temperature gauge. I've already completed the fuel gauge, and we're just changing this as a white LED. And I've just changed that to blue. And then we'll just put it back in its little case and put the gauge face on and the needle, and away we go. I'm not sure you can really see it, but our little blue LED is right in here, and they have this plastic, this white plastic here that covers the stepper motor and separates the needle LEDs, which are down in here, from the gauge LEDs. This is really cool how the German engineers did this. And there's a little cutout there, so if you get this LED I replaced sideways, or it's too far off the circuit board, it will not fit in there. Isn't that wild? I know you can't see that very well, but okay, here we go. Okay, I've put the gauge face on this, and what's kind of cool with the Nissan stuff, they just kind of lay on there, and you use a little glue stick from Elmer's to get them to stay. This actually has some little pins, and the gauge face snaps on under this. I'm sure it's going to be the same way with the big gauge face here in a few minutes. And now I'm ready to put the needle on there, and the trick is just to get it at the bottom of its rotation. So I can put the needle on now. Okay, got our fuel gauge and our temperature gauge back in our little cover here, and set our needles. Wasn't hard to do at all. I don't think my clear needles will work on this car, but what could be done is you can take a razor and scrape the paint, all the paint off, and then repaint the bottom white. Just don't really feel up to doing that. This is a big enough experiment. And we have all our new LEDs in, and I'm ready to put this baby back together. Alright. Oh yeah, almost forgot. We've got to put the LCDs, which I have in this little ice cream jar. This Talienti ice cream. It's sure fattening, but great parts jars. I've got a lot of these things. So we'll try and put these guys in the right way. Stand by. Okay, here's a little disappointment when putting our little LCD in there to see if I can get it to do it where you see it on camera. I got it to shine through where I could see the LCD, and it's red. Even though I changed the lights to blue behind this little guy is red. And I think they do that with some polarizing film. If I can get it out, yeah. They use polarizing film on these. See how that's got a little bit of a pinkish tint to it? And since I don't have but one set of these, I'm not going to try and take that off. I tried that on the 350Z. I've got the video up there somewhere. We took it off and we put some different polarizing film, and it didn't do a dang thing. So that's, oh, got it with one hand. So that's a failure there. Although they may be darker, you know, maybe a little more magenta or purple, but you're just going to have to find out when you turn on the car. So That's a bummer. So, anyway, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it should still look beautiful, no doubt about that. All right, stand by. Okay, and our little LCD holders are real easy. Once you get them lined up, you hear it snap in. There's 4 corners that snap in. I think I'm going to have to do that one with 2 hands. So, alright, we're ready to put it back together now. Okay, as with the small gauges, there's 2 little clips here that the gauge face snaps on with. The outside be held on by the plastic cover, and the needles, just like we took them off, you can feel the little stepper motor in there so well now, and they're at the bottom of their little range, and we ought to be just fine. So a big hope that this is going to work just fine. Need to wipe this guy off with a Q-tip before we put it back together and ready to reassemble. Okay, we've got this guy back together and plugged our fuel and temperature gauge in, and plug these guys in for your little control lights in front of there. Now we just have the back to put on. So here we go. Alright, this baby's all cleaned up, back together, and I'll post this. I'll edit these little guys together, and I'll post this on YouTube. Let's see, it's 3:20. Probably won't be finished uploading that till about 6 a.m. But I'll send you an email when it's done uploading, and you can watch it when you wake up tomorrow.